Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Account for Life podcast. Jay Moore, the healthy accountant, helping you to account for life. Wow, we're here in Dallas, Texas, man. I'm recording this Dallas, Texas, at the 100X conference, and what an awesome and incredible opportunity to be here. And so today's lesson is really a lesson on really what's already happened here at the conference, and conversations that I've already been in. And so just want to jump right into this. And so, how does words affect your present and your future? And just think about, what is a word? What is word? You ever thought about what word is? And the word became flesh. And the word became flesh. What is word? So here's the thing about word. Word is what describes something. Words are what describes something. Every word that we use, that you use, that I use counts. Every word matters. Every word is creating something. And so it's interesting because just this week, we had an experience, just me and my wife. It was a simple experience. I'm going to just, I'm out at the gym. We needed coffee creamer. I said, let me get some coffee cream. She's thinking about coffee cream. She knew she says he's going to get coffee cream. We never had a discussion about it. And I showed up with coffee creamer. Now, you're probably saying, that's a coincidence. She expected me to bring coffee cream. Now, here's the thing. She expected it so much that she didn't even text me. Sometimes you really want something to happen and you start forcing it. You start, I want to make sure they don't forget. I want to make sure that this happens. I want to make sure. But the way it works is you just have to expect it. You just have to say, you know what? But even if something doesn't happen, I'm not so connected that it's not okay. Just like my wife, she wasn't so connected that I would bring it. She knew I would. She said, just in case we had some half and half, she'd use that just in case. So she was prepared to use it. Let me ask you a question. Are you prepared even if the word does not come at the time that you're looking for it? All right, one more. Another story for you. So I'm at the airport yesterday, hanging out. I was actually on the phone with my wife, Jenny. We're talking, and, we're talking about me going to the conference. And, I'm standing in the line. I'm looking around and say, I wonder if there's any 100X people. And as I'm thinking, I'm wondering if any 100X people here at the same, traveling to the same place. I looked around and I saw somebody, not because I just knew them, even though I did. I didn't know it was that person that I knew. They had on a shirt that said 100X. Now, I had a bag that says 100X. She had a shirt on, 100X across the front. I look, I says, there's a 100X person. Let me go and talk to them. Get off the phone. Come to find out, it's my good friend Sonia from Cincinnati. And I'm like, what? We start talking. I'm like, she's getting the connecting flight. And here's the meaning of the story. Here's what she says. You know what, Jay, I figured I would, I thought that I could potentially see you here at the airport today. I don't even normally fly out of BWI. I normally fly to DCA because that's only about 35 minutes from my house. BWI is an hour and a half, almost an hour and a half from my house. So I'm not normally going to fly to BWI unless it's a circumstance. And I was blocked. I got blocked. How did I get blocked? It was the plane tickets. I said, I wound up having to fly. I could have flew Southwest out of DC. But for some reason, the BWI was the one to take. So, but she thought word, she's thinking word. And it became flesh. All right, let's keep moving. So That was a divine connection. We were supposed to see each other, and we wound up sitting together on the southwest full flight. How did we manage to sit together? Not because we were like, hey, let's sit together. Because I got on the plane before she did. I had early boarding. She didn't. So she's coming on after many people had already come on the plane. There's a seat right next to me. And at first she's looking around. She says, well, you know what? I'm just going to sit there. She sits here. And then there's a divine connection. That's another story. Divine connection of us, connecting and actually having a riveting conversation in the spirit for 3 hours. Literally, sometimes, I was prepared to read. I was prepared to sleep. None of that happened. We talked the whole time. So then you get here, Sonia from Virginia. Then we hooked up, and she was staying with some people. She just so happened with Sonia from, I'm just not using last names, but Sonia from Virginia. And Sonia, I'm like, oh my goodness, we meet in person, we're talking, and Sonia speaks a word in the car. We were all speaking words. And Sonia said something that's very specific to me. And she just, it's powerful. And I've been getting these words in my life about money, about finances, about growth, about going far, about really making an impact. And I'm like, yeah, that's good, right? So, but then last 100X conference, a word was spoken over me. This 100X conference, I was called out in there was hundreds of people in the hallway. Well, I can't explain kind of how it went down, because we normally would have been inside of the room. We weren't in the room, and then they start having a session when they were calling people out and they were speaking life, and I wasn't even paying attention. Well, I was talking to somebody. I was paying attention, but I was talking to somebody at the time. So my back, my side, I'm like this to where the speakers were. I was a good distance away, and they called me. Word. They spoke words. And here's the thing about those words. They spoke to my present, and they spoke to my future. Now, here's the thing. If someone speaks to your present, if someone speaks to your future, and it's good, what do you do? What would you do if someone spoke life into your life? Do you disregard it and say, I don't know if that's true? I'm going to give you a question. What if it's true? What if we pretended it was true? Now, I'm not going to tell you the word. I'm going to hold my word. That's for a select number of people. The people that was there heard it, and then for those that get to speak to me in person or on the phone, because I'm sharing, I'll tell those people. I'm not going to share the word here. But there was a word given in my life for my present and future. At the end of the day, even though the word is given to you, word is never for you. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? The word is it's not for you. It's given to you, but it's not for you. It's for you to use. It's for you to take and do something with the word. See, if we don't do anything with the word, if we've lived this experience for all these years and did not actually understand what the word became, when the word became flesh and dwelled among men, if we don't take that to heart and realize that, man, look at this amazing journey, look at this amazing life that I now have through the word and through words that look at. That's why you have to be in a group of people, be around people who will speak only life into you, never speak death, never speak lack, never speak anything that would cause you to be a slave in this life. And what I mean by slave, we've all been a slave to the systems. That's another podcast. We're not going to get into that. But we've all been slaves, and we're so conditioned. There's a story about a dog, and the dog is sitting on he's sitting on a porch. And they're trying to figure out, why is the dog not getting up? Why is the dog not running around? And it came to find out the dog was sitting on a nail. And the dog had been sitting on the nail so long that the dog got comfortable, even though all he had to do was get up, even though like there was pain going down. But the dog could have gotten up. The dog didn't get up. The dog just kept sitting there because he got comfortable on something that hurt. The systems that we're in, that we've been indoctrinated to, I don't care which one it is. You name the systems. If kingdom is not in front of the name of the system, then it's not God's system. Hello. Did you hear that? If the word kingdom is not in front of it, it's not God's system. It's not. So every system that we have is a counterfeit system of something that the kingdom already has. What? Are you serious? Every system in this life, in this world, is a counterfeit to what's already in the kingdom of God. So the kingdom of this world will speak lack over you. The kingdom of God will speak life over you. You choose. But yeah, I go to this nice church and, Well, that's not the kingdom. Uh-oh. What? But you do have some kingdom churches. But a lot of churches are not kingdom. They may be religious, they may be Christian, but they are not kingdom. So if they are not kingdom, then what happens is, here's what happens. That experience is not the experience that ultimately is the best experience. Think about that. We're just going to use Christianity, religion. What if what you hoped for and you prayed for, you could go to church and you could get a word and you could receive that? What if that was true? When was the last time you went to church? Some of you may experience this at this church, at your churches, but many of us have not experienced it at our church. Many of us have been in churches where they're circulating lack, scarcity, fear, doubt, circulating it. I've heard, just in my young existence of 51 years, 50. Haven't been going to church since year 51. Up to 50, I did. I go to Kingdom Church. Where's Kingdom Church within me? What? The Kingdom Church is within me. I can go to church. I go to church every day. Right now, I'm having an experience in the kingdom. The kingdom prepares me for whatever it is that I have to do. The kingdom gives me the word. Jesus said, I only do what I see my Father doing. I only do and say whatever I hear my Father saying. And in essence, that's what I'm doing. So then it gets to the point where a lot of people, we want to live like Jesus. We must do the things that Jesus would do. Can I get a witness here? Is somebody here feeling that? Let us do the things that Jesus did. And let me let you get out of here because I got to go. So, how words affect your present and your future? Here's how they affect your present and future. First thing, if someone speaks life into your life, it doesn't matter if you don't understand it. Accept it and partner with it. I'm going to say that again. If someone speaks life into you, over your life, whether you understand it, whether you know if it's true, whether you have full faith and belief that what they said is possible, partner with life. Partner with life. See, because when we partner with life, we can only get life. When we partner with lack, we can only get lack. So if we just say, I don't know if that's true, then you have to get, I don't know. But if you say, man, what if that's true? Oh my goodness, that's amazing. What? The word that I got, what? All right, I gotta go. So what do? Partner with life. And if you find yourself where doubt, scarcity, fear, disbelief is being circulated in your environments, I admonish you today to find a new environment until you can go into that environment and you can expand the kingdom in that environment. But that takes strength. That takes heart healing. That takes understanding. That takes wisdom. So you don't get there just because you jump into the kingdom. No, because you need to be grown. Like when you get into the soil, when something goes into the soil does not start producing immediately. The soil has to start germinating. And as the germination process and those roots start coming together, then next thing you know, the growth starts. But everything starts in the dark. Now darkness was on the face of the deep. Everything starts in the dark. And from the dark, the illumination comes. The light comes. That's you. You are the light of the world. Guys, use this information today to bless somebody, to help somebody, and to walk out your kingdom assignment today. Guys, I appreciate you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. Jay Moore, the Healthy Accountant, helping you to account for your life. God bless. I will see you on the next episode. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time,